Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Golgari Obliterator. So this has been a deck that I wanted to try for a long time, and I could never fit the spot to try it out, or a reason to make a deck since Golgari has been so good. But since rotation is coming up, I thought about trying a rotation-proof version of the Golgari Obliterator. There's a lot of Mono-Reds out there, and this deck absolutely demolished them. And the idea is that we have our Phyrexian Obliterator, and we can fight with Bushwhack or Tail Swipe and just, make them sack a bunch of things. So that's the idea of the Obliterator deck. Now, in order to back this up, we need a lot of sustainability in the early to mid game. So there's a lot of removal and cut downs and go for the throats, and even Liliana. And hopefully we'll be able to land a turn 4 Phyrexian Obliterator, and then turn 5 Bushwhack or Tail Swipe it, and our opponent has to sack 5 or 6 things and cry. So here is how our deck works. In the early game, we're gonna have 4 cut down, of course. Also 4 Bushwhack to help us, fix our land drops a little bit more, and then 2 Tail Swipes to make sure that we have another fight spell, right? Don't just hold the Bushwhack as a fight spell. Tail Swipe is a better fight spell because it's an instant and it pumps our creatures on our main phase, but it is only a 5 spell. It doesn't do anything else. So Bushwhack can double as a land fetch. And a 2-drop, we got 4 bats, Deep-Cavern Bat that is, and 4 Go for the Throw. Both are very good for their separate reasons. Go for the Throw is great against aggro deck. Deep-Cavern Bat is a little bit better against mid-range to tempo decks. We can take out their tempo-heavy cards and last us long enough for Phyrexian Obliterator. Into the 3-drop, we got 1 Gix. It's always right to have a Gix when you have Bat in the deck, but I'm always on the draw, so I'm not going to have that tempo advantage every time, or almost ever, which is why I only have 1 Gix in the deck. 3 Liliana is great. If our opponent is a control deck, they're not going to have a hand for very much longer. And then we have 2 Tranquil Throwbacks, which is one of my favorite cards in March of Machine, the Aftermath, because this card is just so much modes, right? Multiple modes means that you have different choices against different opponents, and that's always important. Don't forget, you get to gain life, which is very good, but also pop artifact or enchantments with this. So this is kind of like a naturalize stuck on the back of a Tranquil Throwback. Imagine if you have a naturalize in your deck, then this will be a 2-mana 3/3. That's pretty good. Then we have or rather 2 Hostile Investigator for discarding our opponent's cards, 2 Shieldred just to gain life back, and then 4 Phyrexian Obliterator because that is the theme of the deck. That's why I have 4. Even though sometimes it might not look right to have 4 in your deck since there's 4 black pips. I think it's for the theme. I'm gonna try it out. Then I have 2 Gix command to help bring cards back, but also board wipe our opponent en masse. And that's pretty important sometimes because, especially against Boros, right? They go kind of wide. Gix command is very good against those kind of decks, but we also bring creatures back. That's pretty good. And if we have a Phyrexian Obliterator out, give it lifelink. Now it's a 5/5. What are you going to do? Not block it, and it's going to trample over and kill them. And then we have, finally, to the top end, 2 Virtual Persistence. Technically also a 2-drop as a removal. So then let's talk about the lands, right? You can see that this deck only has 24 lands, and I did that on purpose because I have 4 Bushwhack. Because Bushwhack is a 1-mana land fetch, I don't want to have too many more lands in the deck, otherwise I get flooded. So I have 4 Swamps, 2 Forests, rotation proof, so no Otawara and no Boseiju, unfortunately. We have 4 Blooming Marsh for the fast lands, 4 Landward Waste for the Pain land, and then 4 Restless Cottage for the Man land. So those are the very necessary lands in the deck. And then we have 2 Underground Mortuary. This is not as necessary, but it does help us surveil. That sometimes would matter. Then 2 Demolition Field will be very good against our opponent's Mirrors, and then against our opponent's control heavy decks, our Mirrors will overrun them. So that is the idea of this deck. Now let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is Toaster Cub. Cool. Opponent's a brony. We got to go first. With some tap lands, but bats, right? I think it's good enough to go first, huh? We'll say hi. Probably gonna get burned. Oh, I did it too fast again. I think their pet's here, so I do like a cut down. Let's say hi again. Now what are they? Some sort of burn? That kind of sleeve? Boros. Not really Boros. There's a scroll. Alright, what do I do against this? I think I just bat one of his cards. Illuminator is pretty nice, right? Let's say he plays Illuminator. What can I do? I fight the Skrelv and then I cut down the... Well... Can't really fight the Skrelv, right? It's gonna be tricky. Illuminator is too scary though. They draw it anyways, alright. Cool beans. Cool beans for sure. So we will cut down the Skrelv. He's probably going to use it in response. He responds, we'll respond with... Do we respond with the kill? Now, what can he do to pump? These are sorcery speed. He can't really do much with pumps, right? But he has protection, so you gotta have to do it here. Sprout goes away. Hugging the bottom. And then I'm gonna get hit by the plotted creature. Now he plots. Plotting is not fun, but it's something that I'll have to live with. I'm kind of mana screwed here, so I will attack. Do I want to bat one of his cards? It's actually not that bad of an idea. Let's see what he has. I mean, the Liliana is going to take out a card anyways. Bat also takes out a card. The anger gives him a draw, right? The Homestead Courage doesn't give him a draw. So if he wants to just give it... Oh, that's not what I expected. Okay. Not gonna block that. You got your Bushwhack. Can't use this. Alright, well, I guess maybe he'll turn his Bushwhack live in.
When I win, you're telling me
attacks to Lily.
Your friends have to leave.
Lily's dead anyways. Turns a like to attack Lily, yeah. Kinda expect that to happen. Now I could block, but I'm gonna lose a lot of cards to block.
Sorry, I'm not interested in dying today.
Eh. So I get probably need another black land. Alright, the Bushwhack's gonna get big. But I do have Field of Ruin in the deck. It's scary, but it's really all he's doing, so... Well, I mean, I don't think this matters. Discard a card, please. Now I can fight. Also, he's almost dead. If that's all he's doing, I'm gonna take those damage. You got a 5/5. Good job. Don't forget that you're an 8. Sometimes opponents get too focused on their health, or on my health. They forgot their health, which I'm all for. Here's Liliana.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate you won't
Don't
be
need 2 tail
outsmarting
swipes.
me.
Cool. He's at 2. What was he hoping for? GG. Alright, we got mana screw, but so did they. So our mana screw was better, sort of. Alright, our opponent is K Bytes. Is that like kilobytes? But it's capital K, so it's not kilo. It's, I don't know. We got a Bushwhack, so we get a land out. Let's try it. Say hi. Do we want to have a turn 1 cut down? Will it hit anything? Turn 1 cut down into turn 2 Bushwhack? Don't think so. Because I can just cut down Bushwhack on my turn anyways if I want to make a different decision. Yeah. Right? Do I Bushwhack here? Yeah, I Bushwhack here. black mana. Then we play. I know that the Blooming Marsh is a better play, but it's giving more information away. Now I'm gonna get only punish if I top deck a Blooming Marsh, but even that is a marginal punish at best. I could have held up Go for the Throat, but I don't think there's a 2-drop 3/3 in our opponent's deck. So Go for the Throat really won't hit anything. Red, he wants to keep it, so he's gonna start plotting. Fugitive. Not gonna start plotting. Just gonna start going away. Blooming Marsh time. Can't play the Obliterator. Unfortunate. Now he's gonna start plotting. Just play with fire to face. Main phase. And then bottom deck. Alright. I guess this is a card. It's not a good card, but it's something I can try to do. He's gonna burn my face again. Or he's gonna burn the bat. There's a Godric. Lightning Strike. Let's take out Lightning Strike. Don't care about the Godric as much. I got removal. Let's see if he pumps. If he doesn't pump, I might just virtue it. Yeah, I could. Oh, well, I was gonna say I could draw a land that allows me to play the Phyrexian Obliterator, but of course I draw a tap land, so I can't do it. Against red, the Obliterator is really painful. I don't think they want to do too much against that. Now, if they play the Ancestral Anger, I will kill this too. I mean, okay. Does that help you in any way? Plots? Sure. I can still kill it. Or I can take the 3. Now, how important it is that this dies? You know, I'll take the 3. It's not too much damage. It's probably better that I have a removal held up. Because the Obliterator is not necessarily going to win me the game. Lightning Strike, the bat. It's going to Lightning Strike my face. I am at 17, so that won't do much. If I Liliana, what is he going to do? Lightning Strike the Liliana? You know what? I think it's time. We got technically a removal in hand. And if he wants Lightning Strike my face or play a creature, it's not lethal this turn, so that's important. And if he can only have 1 creature this turn, right? So Liliana will kill it. Okay? He's making my Obliterator very angry. Do we just get hostile on him? They do just lightning strike the Hostile Investigator. I don't think I want to do that. So Liliana plus, then he has to discard a card. He could also Lightning Strike the Liliana, but that's not very good.
Enough with the mysteries. I've come for answers.
Now discard the Underground Mortuary. Lightning Strike. The Liliana. Still at 1.
You couldn't be more annoying.
Does he want to kill the Lily? That's a 2 for 2, but gets rid of a lot of cards.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Didn't do it? Okay, so it's Monster's Rage. Let's start attacking. No point holding back since I have a Go for the Throat. Anything he plays will have his throat gold for. There you go. Goodbye. Okay, our opponent's gonna be Rip Rest in peace, peace. Rest in pee-pee? That sounds wrong. Alright, we're gonna go first. Ugh, okay. Turn 3 Liliana, maybe. We'll see. We're gonna go for. Actually, we're getting to go first, which means they're not here yet. Let's drop a swamp and then say hi. Red. Kumano faces Caucasus. I take back my high. Another one of these decks. I take back everything I said about you. I hate you. I mean, I honestly do. Not gonna lie here. You all are a pretty bad person. It plots. Slick shot show off. Can't just throw anything out there. Slick shot will kill me in like one attack. Godric. And we kill Godric. Now what do? I could Liliana to kill the etching. Do I just hold up more removal? Because the etching is scary, right? But if this comes in, it's gonna deal like crap ton of damage. This is my only life gain. I'll lose 4 life for not playing this the right way. I could Liliana to kill this, but then that's the only enchantment I'm getting to kill, and what's the point of having 4 mana for Tranquil Throwback? So let's see, I killed the Slick Shot next turn. If he plays it, if he doesn't play it, do I kill the etching? He's gonna have to play something, right? Otherwise I just take 2. No, I don't think so. Alright, let's do it this way, see if it's wrong. Okay. Destroy artifact or enchantment. Your etching is an enchantment. So the Slick Shot's coming down. And I'm gonna take a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. How do I mitigate that damage though? So why does it fly? It's just, why does it fly? Why does a plot 1/2 with double prowess that also flies? Yeah. Here comes like 400 damage. Do you have a double strike? Cannot take a single turn off against this kind of deck. Anger. It's 9. So double strike and I'm dead, right? Did he draw it? These kind of decks usually have double strikes, so I'm not going to be too surprised if he has it. Lightning strike my face. So I will be at 3. Just not dead, but is dead to another lightning strike. Oh, okay. Wow. That's different. Tap for a black. Let's get rid of that. Now I'm at 5. Can't afford to Lily here, so do I start turning the corner and attacking him? Blockers are important. Another Slick Shot? You don't say. I'll take the 1 and go down to 4. Play with fire. That has to resolve. To the bottom. I'll kill it. There's still a stick, right? So it's still a card. It's another play with fire, then I'm just dead. Alright, well, it's time to get hostile on him. I don't think anything else matters here. I could play Liliana and do the same thing, but that just give me 2 mana open, and I have a cut down, so 1 mana, 2 mana doesn't matter. The last card, it's Monstrous Rage. Kind of saw that coming. Now this turning the corner is not going to help. Did that 3 damage going to matter in the later game? I mean, he could just top deck Lightning Strike and kill me. It's always that. What did he top deck? Godric. Alright, I guess we'll trade. We will trade. A bat. Do we draw a card here? Well, it could be a card that matters. Don't know if there's a card that matters. Do I Liliana here? Nah, it's gonna get rid of my cut down, right? I don't want to do that. Obliterator. Doesn't matter right now. That is... I mean, you can top deck another Godric. But it's, I gotta get in at some point. So, Lightning Strike, win game. Not Lightning Strike, we might be able to attack with the bat. Kumano. Okay. Kumano's not fun, but it's... actually, no, it's terrible for me if it Kumanos. Because now, I'm in a situation where cut down might not kill whatever he plays, and also, can I just attack him? What can he play here that matters? I don't think I can just attack him. I definitely have to attack with the bat. And I'll play the Liliana. And I have to start discarding my own cards.
And you think you can win?
That's fine. I can't play the Obliterator anyways. Didn't top deck Lightning Strike, that's important for me. Demolition Field. Do I just discard the other Obliterator? At this point? I think I discard the Field. Right? Can I bring something back here?
I'm tired of your secrets.
Skin alive. I have a blocker for the etching, and if he pumps the etching, I have a cut down. If he doesn't do anything, my Liliana's gonna make him sack it. Yeah, GG. The one life's gonna come back up to haunt him. Alright, our opponent is Azrael. Azariel? I don't know. Opponent goes first. Tap lands, opponent goes first. Well, these are untapped lands, so we gotta cut down. Let's try it out. Red green. Red green Kumano. I really don't like this, but you shut up. This is probably play one of the worst decks. Just red green pump and hope you get lucky. Picnic Ruiner. Alright, my picnic is ruined. Can't. Oh, I can kill this actually. What am I saying? I shall virtue you. Get that out of here. Swiss Sphere? Yeah, they still got a bunch of stuff. You gonna pump? Monster's Rage. So now it's a 2-3. I can kill a 2-3. I'll kill it before he gets any prowess triggers on. I'll take the 2 from Kumano if he doesn't do anything else. Probably has pumps. Slick Shot show off. I have a lot of removal, in case you couldn't tell. I have more.
Enough with the mysteries.
Sack your creature.
Sacrifices must be made.
Still died to a Kumano, unfortunately. Yeah. Liliana always dies to Kumano. It's kind of the worst part. At least he has no other cards to play, right? So Do I Bushwhack here? Do I need another land for whatever reason? I don't think so. Now Yawgmoth doesn't do anything. Dies to whatever he plays. Liliana, on the other hand, no, I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't do anything, but it's in play. Might be able to fight something. Nothing else. Sorcery speed. You're gonna ruin more picnic, huh? Well, I gotta say, I'm not enjoying how you've ruined all of my picnics, so... I'm gonna need you to go. Thank you.
I've always hated crowds.
Alright, do I block here, or do I attack? It's probably gonna go for the Lily. An extra card could help. And blocking does not trigger my Bushwhack, so... let's do it. I'll cut down. Cool. I needed that. Let's get a land. Put that into play. Do I need more forests? No, I don't. Always need more swamps. Let's see if I want to pump his Kumano. Feels like he does. Oh man, I got good. If he has a Monster's Rage here or a protection spell, well, I wouldn't be able to cut it down if I just let it go. But if all of this is going to Liliana, I'm also pretty okay with whatever happens here. Felonious Rage. Okay, so that's 5 mana. Or 5 mana, 5 power. Not necessarily lethal here, so let's see what he wants to do. Just gonna take me to 6, which is annoying. But 6 isn't 0, so I'll take it. Monster's Rage pumps it up for 3 more. Okay, it doesn't do that. Does he have another play? Play with fire? Can't be a pump spell. That makes no sense. Sellsword. Okay. Yikes. So I am at very low life now, and anything he draws will probably kill me. And I have to be careful with what I'm doing. Let me filter my draw first. Those are important. We'll Bushwhack. Our creature I control. Deal damage to our creature I don't control. In a fight. Then I make him discard his last card.
I'm tired of your secrets.
I don't have any cards anymore, right? So it's trying to cottage life right now. Let's remove the Ancestral Anger. And then we will not take the damage. Decline. I will not take that 1 life hit. What does he have though? Because if it's burn spell, I would just die anyways. Swiss Fear is okay. I can tank that. Ah, if only I have a fight spell now. Don't want to make him discard, so let's make him sack this.
I have big fines. I'll take my song. One of your friends has to leave.
We'll attack again. I don't know what else I had to take. Don't think they have any reanimating spells, so start taking Monster's Rage and stuff. If they have a Code Breaker, it's important for me to stop the code from being broken. I decline. Should I gain a life right now? Yeah, right? I don't want to die to a Lightning Strike top deck. My picnic! Stop ruining my picnic. Okay, so I don't think he can swing or fling anything at me. I'll play the Obliterator. And have 2 blockers. probably good to have 2 blockers, right? If I attack here, I won't have much, so let's have 2 blockers with Menace up. Well, not with Menace. Against Menace up, in case he somehow gets Menace. Ancestral Anger. I did remove 1, so it's just a 3-2. I mean, he can't really block the Obliterator or deal any damage to the Obliterator, or he'll have to sack all his cards. 3. So yeah, that'll be all his cards. Let's see how he wants to do this. Sell sword to my face. And then quit. GG. I don't know what that math was going to work out, but it doesn't work out. Alright, our opponent is Cherry Squid. They're very on theme with this avatar. Jesus Christ. I have swamps in the deck. Not going to keep this hand down. Not better. Not better at all. Put it with a Murex, I guess. Saw ping lands all the time. I'm gonna go second. Botanic Sanctum. Alright. Once again, a weird, janky deck. Ginger Brew is gonna make sure we can't block. Haywire Might. Is another one of those decks? Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. Alright, well. I guess we'll bat him and see what happens. Take out his... Just gonna hard hit my question. I mean, his Larcenous is okay if you want to do that. Basically giving me another... What does hard hitting question even do? I don't know, but he plays a Wormlet. Plays a Wormlet. I can go for the throw of the Wormlet, right? I think I'm okay with that. Do I want to slam the Murex here? Not really. I need the black mana for everything, so let's see what happens here. Not blocking, so might as well attack with it. Oh man, just top deck Soul Calder when you need it. Okay. We're gonna kill the Wormlet and let the rest go. What is he pumping? The Ginger Brutes. So I gotta kill the Brutes. And then I play the Obliterator that gets turned into a treasure. And basically I gotta top deck a land in the next like 20 turns, right? Or, actually no, it doesn't work. That's a 2-3, right? That's a 2-3, yeah. Move the Ginger Brute. You can't sack it in response because it's already dead. Or it's already tapped. That's a land. That's a land that I cannot use. So I guess if he plays this on the bat, I will be okay with it. Don't need another land, that's for sure. See if he holds back his removal, or he just wants to pump the Might. I mean, this trade is favorable for me. In the mid to long run. Plays Larcenous. Should have waited. Should have waited. Alright, so what do I do now? I can definitely Obliterator and then fight the Might. If I do that, he has to sack. Well, actually, I could just fight this. He has to sack 2. It's not too much. Get something. Actually, let's play this. Target creature I control fights target creature I don't control. He can sack the Might, right? For 1 green. Yeah, so I'll fight this. Well, I mean, I don't think it matters, so... Sack this, I'll pay the ward. Now we fight. And you gotta sack 2 things. So I targeted Might, he could have sacked the Might. So that's good I didn't target a Might. I forgot about that. And his Agatha Soulforger is tapped, so he can't use it in response. Sack 2 permanents. Probably a land and a Might, or 2 lands. 2 lands is really good for me. How does he plan on winning? Spyglass Siren. Okay, that's a start. Don't have creatures in my... Oh, I have a bat. That's not really good. Does he want that? Geek's Command's probably just going to wipe his board. Can't be blocked. Cool. Make that a 3. I'm going to go down to 10 here. So I can make this a 7. If I make this a 7, does he die next turn? 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 4 is not enough. Or I can make him sack everything. So he plays that next turn. This Defender, he activates it. It's going to take him a while to get to use it. And meanwhile, I deal 5 this turn, 5 next turn. It's a 3-turn clock regardless, right? I think, well, obviously he's sacking the most. And the lifelink might help. It's not going to block the savage. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It's not going to play the hard-hitting question for sure. Exile the Might. Puts it on the Surge Engine. Good, that's smart. Does he have any more creatures? There are no more creatures. So the cottage here won't really do much. You can make it unblockable, but that also won't do much. So I can sack it in response. I think he will do that while blocking the Phyrexian Obliterator, which means that we turn this sideways, and then we attack him with this too. I guess. He can trade, or he can block the Obliterator and sack it in response. Just trades, which, okay. Seven's gonna clock him. Actually, he can't block and sack because it's trample. So 3-3. Still can't do 15? Good game. Janky decks get fucked. Welcome back, everyone. now that you've seen all of those games, how did you feel? I gotta say, this deck, it performed below my expectations, but not by much. So I had to kind of adjust this deck a little bit because in the beginning, I had 4 Hostile Investigators and 2 Shieldred. Then I had to adjust it down to 2-2. Or I had 4 Hostile Investigator and no Shieldred is what I meant to say. Then I adjusted to 2-2 because I really needed some life gain. And other than that, the rest of the deck, it performed basically what I expected to do. Unfortunately, that means it wasn't very good because what I expected is that it's going to get overrun a lot of the times if our opponent goes first. And a lot of times our opponent does go first. Now, there are a lot of answers to the deck that, you know, the reason why it's teched. There's 4 cut downs and 4 go for the throats. You might think, hey, it's, you know, it's tech to the brim with removal. But the problem is our opponent, if they go first, if they go first and they drop Kumano turn 1, I can't do anything against that. Turn 2, they play a 2-2. That's a 3-3 now. I got 1 cut down. I can't use a cut down on a 3-3, and I'm already behind. And by that point, it snowballs pretty fast out of control very often, which, you know, kind of is what happened because Wizards can't design cards anymore. Kumano is just such a broken card. I don't understand why that exists. It's a 1 mana that makes your turn 2 play a 3-3, and there's no way you can kill a 3-3 on your turn 2 with basically any card in the current metagame. Especially if you're going second, so you're gonna have the 1 mana even if you have an untapped land. And then let's not forget if you have a tap land turn 1. Oh boy! So yeah, I had to cut the Underground Mortuary down to only 2 just to have more untapped lands, because that's why I also have Land War Waste in the deck. It's not that great of an untapped land because it pings you, but sometimes you need it. And so sorcery spell removal, also not as good as instant speed because our opponent has all these plotted haste speed creatures. And then Phyrexian Obliterator isn't that good if our opponent flies because it's only trample. So you need to have Obliterator and Tail Swipe against a flyer, and that is a tall ask. So there are a lot of situations where it might look like you have a good good plan going, but your opponent's plays will thwart them. And what I think can go are the Deep-Cavern Bats. It never really did that well. And, you know, everybody loves bats, but then there are always these games where bats don't do anything. It's just a 2 mana 1-1. And at that point, 2 mana 1-1 is gonna, you know, lose you a lot of tempo. So maybe more removal, more instant speed removal maybe can help. And that really depends on what Bloom Barrel? Is it Bloom Barrel? Whatever the next set is gonna bring us. All right, so other than that, the Obliterator and Fight combo is always pretty fun when you can get it to work, right? When you Obliterate someone or you fight one of their cards and they had to sack like 3, 4, 5 permanents, it always feels so satisfying. It's just all of those mono-red games where your opponent goes first, you get a tap land, and you just see them kind of go out of control and you think, why are we even playing this game? Those are the times that gets frustrating, and that happens pretty often. So yeah, this deck is tech to the brim, and even then, not having what is it called? Temporary lockdown really hurts decks like these. And, you know, we don't have a white deck, so we gotta do what we can. Path of Peril is rotating out. Hopefully we get a different kind of 3 mana board wipe for black. Can you imagine that? We need 3 mana board wipes nowadays because aggro is getting out of control. Well, that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.